Hello, and welcome to another episode of Life Lessons with LaShawnya. I am your host, LaShawnya, and this is the channel where we take and embrace and navigate through this thing called life, one lesson at a time. Now, this is the month of March 2024, and we are going through the book of Proverbs. Proverbs has 31 chapters, and we're going to take each chapter one day at a time. Today is March 5th. So therefore, we will be diving into the 5th chapter of Proverbs. And this is my take on the 5th chapter of Proverbs. It is the epitome of the grass is not always greener on the other side. Tend to your own grass before you look at or criticize someone else's. Now, a perfect example of this is the movie called King Richard. I recently just watched that movie a couple of weeks ago, and that is the movie about the tennis stars Venus and Serena Williams and their dad and how they came up and the success that they are today. But there was a particular scene in that movie that is the epitome of Proverbs chapter 5. And that scene was they had a neighbor across the street from the Williams home, and she criticized Richard Williams about how he was raising his strict way of raising his children. And she ended up calling CPS, Child Protective Services, on Richard Williams. And the irony of that is her own family, her own daughter was a prostitute. Her own daughter was in the street and she didn't have any kind of control over her own child. But yet she's looking at the Williams family and she's criticizing them for being too strict. He had his children in the house. They were educated. He was there for them. He was the epitome of a perfect father, of a good father. Of course, nobody's perfect, but he did what he was supposed to do. He was a very good dad, according to that movie. So I take that as mind your own business. Mind your own business. This world would be so much better if people would just mind their own business and just make sure that your own life is right before you criticize the person next door or the person across the street. Don't try to keep up with the Joneses, is what they say. Anyway, that was my take and my little 2 cents on the 5th chapter of Proverbs. What did you come up with? You may come up with something different than what I did, but this was a pretty good lesson. I thank you so much for tuning in to Life Lessons with LaShawnya. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this channel with your family and your friends. And until next time, thank you so much, and you have a very blessed day. Bye-bye.